All right, good morning. Today is November 12th. Hope everybody had a good Veterans Day. We're grateful for the men and women who have served our great nation and continue to. The time is just a few seconds after 10 a.m. Chair does detect a quorum, so I'll call the meeting to order. First item of business is approval of the minutes from the May 22nd, 2019 meeting. Properly moved, properly seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, I take a vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. Minutes are approved. Next, we have a consent agenda. Mr. Callahan.
Good morning. We have 45 items on the consent agenda that the no disagreement from any of the reviewers from Audit, Records Management, or Library and Archives. Any recommended changes were accepted by the agencies, and they're up for approval.
All right. I know that staff puts a lot of work into ensuring that everything gets ready for prime time before it gets here, and that's why we have 45 items on the consent agenda and nothing on the none of those on the regular. Well, I guess we don't have anything on the regular agenda, do we? So thank you for that. I'll move approval. Probably move. Properly second. Discussion. Hearing none, take a vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. Consent agenda is approved. All right. Next item is RDAs for discussion. And we have none, do we? All right. So let's move on to Records Management Report. Mr. Callahan.
Thank you. RDA Development and Review. As I said, we have 45 RDAs, 8 retired, 24 revised, and 13 created. This represents a decrease from previous meetings because the state agencies have completed the review as requested by the PRC. And so we will continue to work with the agencies and review their submissions to update RDAs due to legislative changes or program changes that happen, as well as retiring RDAs as necessary. So create, revise, or retire. The Records Management Division continues to meet with state agencies. We've had just under 300 so far this year, and we conducted 22 classes and workshops in 2019. We will once again in 2020 run through our slate of classes for new records officers and continue training and expand on those core areas for the information governance professionals of the state. This year, the records holding report was completed by all agencies and the universities this year, and the overall result was a reduction of just under 20,000 cubic feet of paper, so just over a 5% decrease of records stored in agencies. We also received a report of 1,057 terabytes of electronic records from the state agencies. So we also received it from all the universities, and they had 67,000 cubic feet of paper records and 1,260 terabytes of electronic records. So we will continue to work with the agencies as well as the universities to reduce and properly manage their records, to destroy things on time. And part of what we also do is work with agencies that have the legal holds in place. We do a training specifically on any legal holds. Most of those are litigation holds, but any legal holds, and to make sure that they properly lock those down as well as then destroy them when it's finally over. So we might have had a larger decrease this year, but there are several major litigation holds going on with state agencies right now. So we will keep you apprised on that. And then the RDA application is ready to be updated and released, but we wanted to wait till after this meeting so that agencies weren't having to deal with a new application 6 weeks before the PRC meeting. So right now we have the system locked down to prevent any changes, so our IT division can then migrate all the data as soon as we're done with this update from today's meeting, and then we will do trainings for the agencies in December. So in the next week or two, that'll be released, and then we'll start training in December, and then do further work with the agencies through January. That way everyone's familiar and ready to utilize it for the next PRC meeting.
All right, any questions about any of that? The electronic records policy, I believe you sent out a red line version, everybody.
Yes, I did. And we received feedback from from the various members of the PRC, and we worked closely with Library and Archives and STS to update. And the main changes were moving the file types out of it so that they could be managed by STS each year, but including the permanent items that are necessary to go to Library and Archives, so that's there for the agencies.
All right, any discussion? Any questions, comments? All right, thank you for the report. Our next item is old business or comments from the public. I notice we have 4 members of our esteemed Tennessee Highway Patrol here today. We may have had an inordinate number of people speeding to get here in time for the meeting today, so for that I apologize. All right, any further business? Hearing now, I entertain a motion to adjourn. Properly moved. Properly seconded. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. We stand adjourned.